Welcome to Bachelor Party. I'm Juliet Litman. I'm here with Callie Crerie. Hello, Callie, from an undisclosed location. Beautiful room you're in.
Thank you. Yes, I am in Houston, Texas.
Nice.
Y'all?
Do you have like go-to food spots in Houston? It's like a pretty good food city. I've never been, but like I know people like the food there.
Yes, but most of my food spots aren't like I can go there in other places too.
I see. So it's more like, I don't know, like we're talking like Hillstones.
Well, I did look up Hillstone today because I was like, oh, does Houston have a Hillstone? For some weird reason, Charlotte doesn't have a Hillstone, even though I think it would be
Huge,
insanely
yeah.
popular in
I feel
Charlotte.
like I think Charlotte, I think Hillstone / Houston's.
Literally, it's their demographic. I'm not sure why Charlotte doesn't have one, but it is one of my favorite restaurants. Like,
I know you live for that crispy chicken sandwich.
I live for the spinach dip, but I do also like a Ding's crispy chicken sandwich. But there's a few menu items that I love from there. And it's just always the same. Like you're going to get good quality, perfect food every time you go there. And there was one like 8 minutes away from the hotel I'm staying at, but like Uchi is one of my favorite sushi restaurants. But like they just opened one in LA. I've never been to the one in Houston.
I've never heard of it.
In Dallas,
I'll have to look it up.
And Uchi's now opening up in Charlotte. So,
all right. So you're good. You don't need Houston at all.
Yeah.
We're here. We're here today to talk about the Love is Blind finale, the weddings, and an overall Love is Blind wrap up, and Survivor 50 episode 2, which is where our heart really lies right now. I'm going to be clear about that. And we'll just also do a little check in on post victory Rob. He's been making moves this week. Did you see the video of him buying the Birkin for Maura?
Yeah, of course I did. Also, when you said Rob's name, I just got goosebumps. Like I couldn't help it. My body just reacts to his name.
I meant to post a screenshot to my Instagram of what our text message looks like with each other because you changed. I will do this after the pod. You changed the background to be a picture of Rob's face, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I played. Well, are we just gonna? Or should we start with Rob?
No, let's talk about Love is Blind. I feel like we've neglected it. Here we are at the end of the season. We have 2 married couples. We have Vic and Christine. That was obviously going to happen. I was surprised that Jordan and Amber got married.
I wasn't completely shocked. We talked about it last week. Like I was like 70-30. Like I thought there was a chance. But Amber was also kind of surprised. So it seems like they'd had a lot of conversations just being like, it's not that he wasn't in it. It's that I feel like it was just such a big step with her having a kid and it seemed like that those were the conversations that they had off screen.
Can I ask you about that for a second? Obviously, I'm a single mom who hopes to be married one day, maybe. I actually don't know if I need to be married.
Do you?
I actually say I don't know that I need to be married.
I was gonna say.
I don't really know that I need like the legally binding relationship of marriage, but do hope to like have a relationship. And I don't know if it's obvious, but I would like to. It stuck out to me how she talked about her daughter and like that hesitation that she thinks that like Jordan would feel. Did it stick out to you? Like I'm just wondering, like, did I carry that to the episode just given my life? Or like, does the general viewer also like think about how she was talking about her daughter? Because she was saying before the wedding, she's like, I understand, like, it's not just me. It's like also my daughter. And she almost seemed like, I don't know. I related to how she was talking about it, but it like also like really struck me. And I don't know if this is a me thing or if you caught onto it too.
I think that I don't think it's a you thing. I think it's anyone with kids. I found the way that she was talking about it completely normal. I am not sure. Well, I don't. So she talked more about it on Jordan's side.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have it more on my side. Like I'm not sure if I could marry someone who's met my kid one time. Like I just haven't seen enough interaction.
Yeah.
I need to make sure this is going to work.
Yeah.
I need him to understand like a little bit of what life is like with a child because it is drastically different without a child.
Well, it's like their relationship, while it'd be a priority for her, I assume, wouldn't be her first priority. Like I'm based on the information I have about Amber, her daughter Emma would continue to be her first priority. She seemed like a really loving and sweet and fun mom.
Yeah.
Actually when they finally showed her before the wedding, I was like, "Oh, they must get married," because I didn't think that she would end up on camera
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
if she didn't think that was definitely gonna happen. I was thinking about, Emily Maynard's season of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, where she was the lead and she had her daughter, Ricky,
Mhm.
and someone, like, got sent home, and it was, like, a really big deal because he referred to her daughter as baggage, and,
Mm.
like, she was, like, furious. In retrospect at the time, it was, like, obviously overblown. In retrospect, I sort of, like I'm like, I kind of get it. It's not baggage, obviously, but it's, like it's not, like, just, like, a regular person who's, like, the lead.
I guess baggage has like a
It's
negative
negative,
connotation,
yes.
right?
Yeah, and
But
also that
like
guy was an asshole.
it is baggage.
Sure, it slows you down in the airport, that's for sure.
I mean, I just like I wish it wasn't negative. I don't know what like
It's
another
just, like
term could be for it.
sure.
But like it is something extra that like that I have to worry about. And I just feel like the way a child changes your life, even at 7, is something I would have to be sure that whoever I'm marrying understands and
Yeah.
is like bought into before marrying them.
It seems pretty
Like he
crazy.
doesn't want to move out of the city because he wants to go to concerts. I'm like, you're gonna go to a lot less concerts when you have a kid at home.
It's also unreasonable to think that Emma would just move. Also, because Emma has a dad, so, like, Emma needs to be near her dad as well.
Yeah, so it's that conversation. I was just like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he understands it.
I don't think he's ready. I did Google, "Are they still together?" And Gemini says that they are no that after 3 months, apparently they split up. So, I'm not entirely surprised, but any of these relationships, they don't, like, really stand a chance. I thought that he
I would be shocked if Vic and Christine aren't still together.
agreed on that one. I'll Google that when we get to
Oh,
them.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
but I just it was just really it was interesting for me, like, the first time sort of watching one of these shows now that I have my own kid to, like, think about how she's talking about it. I think I stand by my stance that I've always had, which is I don't really think that dating reality shows are for parents. Like, it's just completely absurd. Like, you can't there's no way that she could know, as you said, that if, like, Jordan was the right fit for Emma from meeting 1 or 2 times.
Yeah. Well, just because of the speed of dating, if there wasn't marriage at the end of it, then that's one thing. But marriage at the end of it with a kid included to me is just tough.
Mm,
I would need more time on my side, like with the kid,
yeah.
not dating someone with a kid.
Yeah, of course.
If I was dating someone with a kid, I could probably get to a yes faster because I would have no clue if I didn't have a kid. Um,
Also, the marriage part of it does make it different. It's different than just, like, committing to a long-term relationship where, like, you
yeah,
see each other
yeah.
frequently or whatever. I don't know,
Um,
I was
Also, you could
happy for
figure it
her.
out if you're in a if you decide to just be in a relationship, then like let's be in a relationship for 3 months instead of getting married and see if it works out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I I was surprised that she was, like, still willing to go with it when she had so many doubts that he would say yes, but they both seemed, like, genuinely happy for those 5 minutes, so that's nice.
Well, I think that he clearly had a lot of doubts. Like he was not sure what he was going to say,
Yeah.
and it seems like he relied on his sister's advice of like just go with your heart. And I think he does care about her and loves her. So he was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna throw my reservations to the wind and say yes because I love her.
Yeah,
And it's like,
his heart was like, "I'm not done here." So that's why he went with it.
yeah.
That's what I think at least.
I We'll see what happens at the reunion because I saw like the preview. She like storms out, so like I don't know what happens, but I'm not shocked that it logistically probably wasn't great.
Again, if he is prioritizing concerts, then that is a problem. That's not
Yeah,
it's not gonna go great. The
yeah.
Also, the idea that he thinks that she would move is, like, so crazy. I like
Would you date a guy with a kid?
totally.
Like
Yeah.
now that you have a kid, would you also date a guy that had their own kid?
100%. Yeah. I think in some ways
Yeah,
that actually seems better because at least they, like, have a
they understand
sense of
it.
yeah, and also, like, their parents, so they understand, like, the role that a kid plays in your life.
Would you, before having a kid, would you have dated a guy with a kid?
I think I would have been resistant to it. I would have been like, seems complicated." So
It is complicated.
yeah.
It is complicated, but I would have dated a guy with a kid before. First of all, I was 25, but before I started dating my husband. So I probably would have been like, yeah, sure. 7 baby mamas, let's do it.
I feel like if you're 25
Um,
and you date like a 40-year-old who has a kid, the gulf is like so great that it kind of makes more sense. It'd be different if you're like 25 and you're dating a 25-year-old who has a kid, essentially.
with a kid, yeah.
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 Like Johnny
Um,
from Love Island, the fact, like if you just like started dating him or you were like coupled up with him on Love Island, I would just be like, I don't know. This just seems like there's a
he's
lot.
probably shorter than me, but at 25, if he was taller, I probably would have dated him.
Johnny?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like,
I think
don't know.
Johnny is fucking lucky.
At 25, I don't know. I feel like anyone had a chance. Like, I was pretty much like,
I will say
went to jail?
at
We can work it out.
At 25, anyone who like shows interest in you, I feel like is a contender. It's like, oh, you might be interested in me. I'll consider
yeah.
it.
Yeah, let's see if I'm interested in you.
Yeah, we can do one date. Last note on Johnny.
I can't put anything past myself at 25. That's what I'm saying.
I wish I knew you then. It sounded wild. Johnny
wild.
is lucky to have been embraced by Tyreek and Toby. He is truly not worthy, in my opinion, but that's
Oh God.
Congrats.
Tyreek is killing it.
I know.
Right
he's just
now.
like a podcaster. He's one of a colleague. He's a fellow podcasting professional.
He's a peer.
Yeah.
Yeah, his personality is just so good. It's like hard to deny.
And Toby's so hot. That's where I'm at. I love them both though. Love is strong. I like them both a lot. They're on my radar.
I love Tyreek. I like Toby a lot. And Johnny is like fine, but I do think he's good for Love Island.
Do you think he's good for Love Island
I don't mind him on
with
Love
a child?
I mean, I'm not considering his child in these statements.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, Jordan and Amber, we'll see you at the reunion. Which couple do you want to talk about next? Who are you most interested in?
Well, we started with the married couple, so let's just do Vic and Christine. And we could wrap it up in about 30 seconds because
that
pretty perfect.
It was great. I liked his suit. Didn't fit that well. I swear to God, that was all filmed separately, like after the fact. Had nothing to do. The only thing is it was the same venue. Like they did get the same wedding venue.
Yeah.
But they could have rented it at any time. I'm just not convinced they were involved in the same production timeline in any way.
I agree with you. Although they also did go to the like one mixer that everyone was at, but we didn't see them, but we heard about them being there.
I think we like saw them walk in one. We saw them like for like a second.
Yeah, like we saw them for like a second. Like they weren't really involved in the episode, but at one point someone says like Vic heard it too. And I was like, Vic was there? Like, why didn't we see Vic hear it? The only that I really can't explain it. The only thing I can think of is that they kept talking about how introverted and private they both were. So I'm wondering if like they weren't easy for producers. You know what I mean?
Like they couldn't get a lot out of them.
Whisper to each other or yeah.
I think that's probably right. I think
so I could see the producers kind of giving up on them and then realizing what an absolute shit show they had in the men. And we're like, sorry, guys, like you signed up for this. We've got to get some stuff from you.
Also with them, I bet they talked about religion a lot because that was like such a big part of their relationship. And so,
yeah.
Is that really what Love is Blind is leaning into? I don't think so. Like,
I don't know. But I did like how his mom said, it's not about religion. It's about, I don't know.
Faith?
No.
Okay.
That's really going to bother me. But what she said, I was like, oh God, I really liked everything about them.
Yeah, they're great. Really great. I liked her dress.
I loved how she looked amazing.
Yeah. She looked really
I
pretty.
thought she looked unreal. I thought that it was really cool that his sister was marrying them. I loved seeing her meet the sister and the mom. And after the mom going back and talking to him and being like, I was worried. And then I met her and I felt so much better about it all. And he was like, she's really warm. And I was just like, oh, I would love for my husband to say that about me. You know what I mean? Like, I
it
have
is
no
such
worries
a compliment
with him meeting you. Yeah.
Yeah. And bodes well for like wanting to spend time together because like it's like a real comfort. Very sweet.
Yeah.
No notes on them. The internet says they're still together.
I would also like to say, I don't know if I'd like to say this, but I'm going to say it. When a black man or a black woman and a white man or a white woman get married, interracial marriage,
Mhm.
I find it like a huge green flag when the white person has a black person in their wedding party.
Mm. So it's not
That's
there,
not related to the groom
right? So like,
or bride.
right. So it's
Yes.
not like it's like her first time interacting with black culture or black people.
Yes, because black people in general in America are subjected to white. I don't know if you I don't I don't know if it's called culture, whiteness.
Sure.
Um all the time.
Sure.
But white people can avoid black culture pretty
Definitely.
easily.
Yeah.
Um so yes, I think that it is a good sign that like she has spent time around at least one, hopefully many black people. Um and like has enough of a relationship with this person to be top 3 in her wedding.
Right.
That's a good sign. Whenever I see like groom's parties and or wedding parties and it's like all white, all black, I'm like, this will be interesting. Not saying it doesn't work, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
just like,
interesting.
it's like a real, it's more of like a collision than it is like a merging of
Yes.
cultures.
Yeah. So when she introduced her friend Amani, I was like, another good sign.
Yeah.
I just think they're gonna make it. They remind me a lot of, which not because they're interracial, but you could tell with Lauren and Cameron that they
Yeah.
actually liked, cared, and loved each other. And you get that same feeling with these two.
I think what the two couples share, which they both had, is like a calmness to them. All these other couples, someone is like at a very high frequency. So,
Frantic.
yes.
Yeah.
Neither of them is like that. They're both also like speaking kind of like slowly. We never see them
Yeah.
like accusing each other of anything. It's very peaceful, even and like still excited. It's very
It's
sweet.
what Alex wanted to be.
Okay. Since you've opened it up, Alex and Ashley, there's no way that wasn't scripted. Her speech at the altar, like my
Oh
friends,
no. Her dad wrote it.
uh, he also obviously, I think what happened with them is they both were like, let's maximize our financial opportunity here. Let's go to the altar. And they broke up before. Or maybe the producers asked them to go to the altar. Neither was upset. There was no crying. He just nodded his head as she spoke. And we know that he punches back. He's not someone who just like takes insults. So they obviously had broken up off camera and decided to like run it
Mm.
back for the wedding.
Okay, so I do think that they both knew that they were going to say no, but I think they
Well,
thought it was going to be
Ashley said she would be
a polite no.
surprised if Alex said yes. So
Yeah. So I think it was going to be a polite no. That's what Alex thought was going to happen. I don't think he knew that she was going to go out like that, but because Alex is such like a scammer con artist, he's not going to punch back in front of people. Not with that group, not with that entire room, cameras, blah blah blah. Like he wants to come across as this like nice soccer player.
yeah, he wants to seem
So
like,
he tried to take it with like, if she's gonna go low, that's fine. That's not me.
well,
Like, okay.
one of his final notes was like, "Love is blind, but physical attraction really matters to me." And I'm just like, so that's where you are after all of this, is that you're just not attracted to her, and so that's what happened?
Well, he must have said it a lot because she talked about it a lot.
It's like
she
a
kept being like, he
really
kept saying, I'm not his physical type. I'm not his physical type. By the way, she did look incredible on
she
wedding day.
it's a really she did. It's a really mean thing to keep harping on because it's not like it's not even like, are you pretty or not? Just but to tell your partner that you're in a relationship with that you're not my type. It's like, do you want them to feel like shit and self-conscious? Also, that's not gonna like if you really care about sex, it's not gonna help your sex life. Like, it's an insane thing to repeat over and over again. He obviously has like no kindness.
It's just not something you can change pretty easily. So like, I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the plan
Yeah,
is.
where are you supposed to go with that? Like, is she supposed to just like go get a new face, a new body?
Reconstruction?
Yeah, like it just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Someone made this point because we can talk about a couple that didn't even get to the aisle after this, but I saw some podcast that I had never seen before, so I have no idea who these people are talking about this, but it was a very good point.
You're like Alex. The
Um,
podcast isn't my type, so I don't know anything about them.
so I did get a DM from one of our listeners that was like, the New Zealand safe house thing is very popular amongst like Joe Rogan listeners.
Mm.
So he is very much like one of those types of like
Sure.
podcast, manosphere
Yeah, okay.
bros.
Sure. That tracks,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I am not in that
The
world, so I was unaware
you
that
know
that
what's
was like a thing.
you know
But
what's scary about that world? How literal it is. Like, the fact that he's like, "I literally need a New Zealand safe house."
need
Like,
a safe house.
it's
Yeah.
so weird, and, like, the fact that people focus on New Zealand because it's like it's like remote. It's like it's still like has people. It's not like free of humans. It's like such a weird idea. Okay, carry on.
Well, Joe said that that's where they should go. So
Yeah,
all of them
they're
are just
I know.
following
That's why
along.
everyone moved to Austin too. Joe Rogan said, "Let's go to Austin." People moved.
By the way, like nowhere I'm steering clear of. Anyways, someone made this point because both Tyler and Jessica have
Mhm.
done podcasts
Mm.
after the show and have said,
Tyler?
oh no, not Tyler.
Chris?
No, oh no. Remember what was her name? Kia?
Oh, yeah, Kia, yes.
It was Tyler and Kia. I
Oh,
hope we're saying their
Tyler.
names.
Tyler the woman. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was
Yes.
like a male
Yes.
Tyler. Got it. Tyler and Kia. Got it.
Uh, Is her name Kia? You know who
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Yes, it
right?
is. Yeah, the woman who
Who
said I'd choose me. Yeah.
she was like competing with Tyler
Yeah,
for
for Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Um
Kevin with an A.
have yes, they have been on podcasts and said that their first conversations in the pods were like, what are your deal breakers? Because like we can make this conversation short and sweet or we can extend it. And both of them said literally the first sentence out of their mouth would be, did you vote for Trump? That's a
Mm.
deal breaker for me. And this podcaster was like, it's just interesting that they could have done montages of both of them being like, this is a deal breaker. Did you vote for Trump? They didn't include any of that. Like, we
Yeah.
had no idea when Jessica went and was like, I'm very
Liberal.
politically,
Yeah.
well, she didn't say liberal. Remember, we had to like look it up to see
Yeah, you're
what
right.
she was.
Yeah, she's like very like
So they
politically
didn't
inclined.
Yeah, they didn't include any of those conversations. They didn't include them saying that that was a deal breaker for them. Why? When they also did include Alex's conversation with Ashley's dad about being a Trump supporter and having a safe house in New Zealand. Like, why is Love is Blind covering up all of these MAGA men?
Well, it's not that they're covering them up. It's like it's almost like they're giving them the platform to like be in the right.
Yeah,
Wh-
but not
not
liberals.
and not yeah not well. It also is like not supporting the women. One of the criticisms of Love Is Blind is like puts women in harm's way because these men are such disasters.
So horrible.
I mean, it's a real
Yeah.
credit to Kia and Tyler for just being like, no, we're good here.
Jessica.
And
Oh, you mean
both
before?
yeah,
Yeah.
but Kia and Tyler both basically. Well, Tyler was, I mean, Kevin was gonna go with Kia, but
Yeah.
but they both were like,
She said, no,
thanks."
thank you.
Yeah, after she heard
Yeah.
what happened. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Jessica as well. I feel like Kevin seems like the most benign man in the world compared to Chris. So,
Well, I think Kevin said, no, I did not vote for Trump.
Right, 'cause
So
it's-
they continued that conversation. But they were just saying on a podcast how many times they asked that question and they just never saw it in the edit.
Right.
And they were like, I don't understand why that wouldn't have been included in the edit at all. But then they did include the MAGA conversation.
It is pretty weird because I was gonna say like I think in general Netflix tries to like steer clear of politics, but that's obviously not the case because they do show
Yeah.
just like one political opinion, and even like giving Alex the edit that he got, like we have a very clear sense of like his view of the world, and he might not even
Yeah.
say, well, he didn't vote, so that's also part of his view of the world, but he did say he's like happy with Trump. He's like, yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah.
So you don't hear anyone saying
He also said that he would live in Florida or Scottsdale because it aligns with him politically.
right. We really know where Alex stands. I guess I'm glad to know
Yeah.
that. It's sort of like I would say more than being like politically one way or the other. It just feels unfair to the women. Like we don't get to like know them in the same way. I feel like we get to know them much more as like what are they going to be like as a wife and this
Mhm.
season very much as a mother versus like who are they as a full person.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is driven by some narrative or like allegedly some data of like this show will be more popular if like you reduce the women down to like wife and mother. I don't know if that's true, but I do think they probably think like this is what the audience wants.
Yeah, I also think that maybe Netflix didn't want to show 50 men being like, I did vote for him. I did vote for him. I did. Like I did. And women just being like, no, thank you. But apparently, and I have not dated in a long time, but like my friends will say that it is a huge issue right now where guys will pretend like they didn't vote for him
Mm.
and like start dating you, and then once they like have gotten you to a certain point will then be like, well, I did vote for him, but like I wouldn't. And I'm just like, a lot of women are just like, tell me the fucking truth. Like if you
I
know
know the
that
worst
what
thing
you
about
did
that
was
is the
wrong, why did you
lying.
vote for him?
The worst thing about that is
Yeah.
the lying. It's not even the voting. Like, and because also like, you
Well, it's
could,
both.
well, someone could be like, well, I voted for him and now I regret it or something like that. But
Yes. 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 Yeah. But yeah, I see TikToks all the time of like women like will go on a date with someone and then like search who they're following. And
mm,
if they're following like a liberal person, they're like,
I'm in.
yes. Yeah.
remember
Women
when?
have had enough.
Remember when Bernie Bros were the enemy? Can you imagine? Should we be so lucky? I
Can we get one on this show?
I think like I could see Rob being a Bernie bro, just being like, yeah, that's my dude.
Oh my God.
He was too young for the moment, but now I can see it happening.
We'll get to Rob, but like
He's our North Star.
perfection.
He's our North Star. Let's talk about Mike and Emma, with whom the show ended episode 11. You thought they were going to get married. I was not sure because of
They
his
did not.
family. They did not get married.
Good choice.
Yeah, good choice. He obviously wasn't ready. There's a lot of chatter online about him like overemphasizing if Emma wants to have kids or not and like criticizing him for it. I
I
don't
think it's totally
agree.
fine.
I don't agree. It's sort of like, what do you want for your family? Also, if you're moving this quickly because you're getting married, like you should discuss it. And it's also,
On the,
I guess
on the flip side,
the problem is like,
would you marry someone who said they didn't want kids if you really wanted them? No.
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Um, I think also one thing I didn't understand with Emma until like I was reading something in the last 24 hours was that a lot of her hesitation is not just about like passing something down medically, but also just like the trauma she went through from having so many surgeries and like having scars and like feeling, like different or other
Othered.
because of it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which I didn't pick up on until like someone explicitly pointed that out. So bad on me, but it made
Oh, I thought it was both.
it really
Like it's a
explains
lot to go through.
yeah. It also really explains why she would want to go on Love is Blind. Like, and makes a lot of sense. I thought it was interesting how not mad she was at Mike. She was just like, I hope he's still in my life. And I don't know. She just sort of was rolling with it. She seems like
I
a
would
very
understand it
she seems like
though.
a strong person. Yes, I would understand it too.
I think, and I'm sure she has run into this before. My thing is like, why the fuck did you guys leave the pods?
Right. He seemed
Like,
very
I would not
tortured.
have, if I'm him, I'm not going with someone who, if I'm her, I'm not going outside the pods with someone who absolutely wants kids.
Right.
And I'm not sure. And if I'm him, I am not going outside the pod with someone that that's unsure when he is 100% sure he wants kids.
I thought he seemed uncomfortable basically for the entire show. So I don't know if that was like being on camera. I don't know if that was like worried about letting Emma down. But there's like just a look on his face basically the entire time of just being very unsure.
I thought that he looked fine until she said she didn't want kids, even in the pods. And then I felt like he thought, I have to be careful with this. Like, I don't want to offend anyone.
Right.
I don't want to.
Which I guess is
But
to his credit that he was like nervous.
Yeah. But he, I think even knew then, like, unless she like really comes around after meeting me, it's not going to work.
Right. Yeah.
Which it seemed like both families too were like, yeah,
good choice.
the right decision.
His family,
Yeah.
for sure.
Her
Family was like, oh, okay. Like her family just seems a little bit batty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how else
I mean, they
to
didn't
put
even
it.
know that she struggled in school. So
That was really weird. That was really, really weird. Like, how also a teacher never told you? Like, no one pointed it out? That was a very strange
they
thing.
said the teachers said that she would be awesome at school.
It's just
And they'd be like, oh, that's interesting because she's so quiet at home. But they didn't realize like what was actually going on at all, it seemed, till
That's
the show, apparently.
really
They didn't
strange.
even know that she didn't want to have kids because of, well, they knew she didn't want to have kids, but they didn't know why she didn't want to have
Right.
kids.
The whole thing is kind of
Which
sad.
I
I
was
hope
talking to my best friend yesterday.
yeah,
When we were in college, she used to say that she didn't want to have kids. Again, I was 17 years old, so was not making good
you
decisions.
said that or
I
she
remember
said that?
she would be like, I'd never want kids. And I'd be like, you don't know what you want. You're only 17 years old. Everyone wants kids. Which, like, now I would never fucking say that to a woman. I don't know. But obviously, I was 17, 18 years old and thought that you're going to want kids. Like, every
Sure.
woman wants kids. It's not the case. And she has children now. And she's like, I don't remember ever saying that. Which also, of course, you're 17. Like, who remembers that? I just
Your
remember being
frontal
like
lobe isn't developed. Yeah.
mind blown that she didn't want to have kids. But I definitely asked her at the time, like, why don't you want to have kids? So it's just interesting that your family knew you didn't want to have kids and was just like, okay, no
I
follow up.
especially cuz her parents must love being a parent cuz not only did they have
Yeah,
biological children, they have adopted children. So there's like a real desire to nurture there. It's just
yeah,
the whole thing is kind of confusing. I
yeah,
thought that Emma looked really pretty. Although I meant to mention one thing, but with Ashley as well. The fact that they keep their veils on even after they break up is really weird to me. I'm just like, I'm taking this thing off my head. Like, let's get this off.
I don't. I remember shopping for my veil and like putting so much time into my veil. Don't remember. Like, when did I think I wore it for 2 seconds.
The idea of a
Like,
veil is also so retrograde. Like, it's so crazy. That's like your husband sees your face for the first time or whatever. It's like just
yeah.
so dumb.
Also, we did a first look, so I put the veil on after the
Right.
first
A
look.
lot of
I
people
don't think the veil was ever over my face, though.
a lot of
I
people
think
do
I
that.
walked down with it just like behind me,
Where
just
are
like
you at?
in
At marriage. You're married. Like, what do you think about the institution of marriage?
I I think it's a much less of a big deal after being married for 7 years.
Hmm. Okay. Just curious.
I feel I feel like having like a strong partnership is much more important than actually being married. Like, I don't think people have to get married.
Why did you decide to get
Um,
married? Because you had Carter before you were married. Sorry, this is a really
yeah,
personal
probably
episode this week. I don't know what's gotten into me.
I'm a pretty open book, so I don't really care. But I think like having kids changes that a little
Mm,
bit. Like, I knew I guess in my head, I figured that I was going to or wanted to be with my husband forever. And I knew we wanted more kids. And I was just like, yeah, no, we have to be married if we're just going to
mm.
keep having kids
I
and
kind of
living
get that.
together and being married. Also, I really wanted to have the same last name as my children.
Mm. Okay. How do you feel about it now that you do?
I still would want the same last name. I think it makes everything so much
But I'd say a
easier in
lot of women
life, like
say it makes it
logistically.
easier in terms of like
Yeah.
school, airplanes, things like that.
Yeah. And I think that I guess marriage maybe means, although like I'm happy I'm married,
Mm-hmm.
but like I think it probably means something different to me than other people because I'm not super religious.
Mm-hmm.
I think marriage is a
Yeah.
huge deal to people that are super religious.
Yeah, it definitely. It has like a different implication. And like also this the idea of like the family has a different role
Yeah.
in like if you view it through that lens. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Um
Um,
I was just
but
curious.
yeah,
Thanks
no
for answering my
regrets.
question.
No regrets. Happily married. 7 years?
That's great.
8 years. No, seven
Nice.
years.
Nice.
7.
Let's move on. Devontae and Brittany didn't even make it down to the church. I can't wait to see
Is
Devontae at the reunion.
is
He's my most anticipated. Like Alex, I've written off. I'm ready to move on. Devontae, I'm just like, what
can
the
you
fuck is going on there?
rank rank them
Of who I'm most
worst to worst?
worst
No, worst to unbearable.
in terms of what? Like for marriage?
Overall vibe.
Okay, of the 7 men that made it out of the pods. Number 7 worst for me. Like I guess I'll start with best. 7 is
Best,
least
yeah.
bad. Obviously, Vic,
Yeah.
no question.
Yeah.
2, I'm gonna go with. Oh, sorry. 7 is Vic. 6, I'm gonna go with Connor. By all accounts, a
We're
good guy.
aligned. Yep.
5, I'm gonna go with Mike, who I don't think is a bad guy, but just like really wanted to have kids and seemed pained.
Yep.
Um, okay, so my 4 remaining. Oh, actually,
Jordan.
yeah, I guess Jordan. I would say 5 is a tie between Jordan and Mike. They both seem equally fine. And both seem like
I'm going to go 5 Mike, 4 Jordan.
okay.
Mike at least has his life a little bit more together.
Jordan is wedded to the city of Columbus.
Yeah.
3 3 is subject to change. Right now, I'm gonna go with Devontae at 3, but I have so many questions, like just so many. I need a lot
We
more
are not
information.
aligned, but continue.
Number 2 for me is Alex, and number 1 is the danger to society that is Chris.
Okay.
Chris is by far the worst. So, what is your order of 3, 2, 1?
Alex is 3.
Wow. So you think Alex is like a safer choice than Devontae?
Yeah.
Okay, who's at number 2?
Devontae's 2
Okay,
and
so
Chris is 1.
we agree. Chris is public enemy number 1. Remember that
Yeah.
song? Public enemy number 1. What? Remember that?
Yeah, by Public Enemy.
And then Puff Daddy did like a
Right.
cover of it too. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Do you ever think
Yeah.
about where Puff Daddy is these days? Puff Daddy, Luigi, and Maduro all in the same jail?
No, but I do randomly, like, when I see his name or whatever, I'm just like, oh, God.
Back to other bad
Fall.
men. Okay, so Devontae for you is at 2.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what makes him worse than Alex?
So I feel like Devontae got to like skate by a little bit because of Alex and Chris being so openly awful.
Yeah, Devontae's holding a lot
Devontae,
in.
like-
He's holding a lot back.
Yeah. Devontae really tricked people, which I think he is way more manipulative than Alex.
I think his
And
silence
based on
is
everything that has
manipulative.
come out
Yeah.
about him, he's apparently engaged, apparently has a baby on the way. The way that he handled their breakup was beyond awful. Beyond awful.
It seemed like he
and-
literally, like, it's like this phrase is like he couldn't give a shit. Like, that doesn't express how little he cares about Brittany. Like, he has
But
no.
he also he wouldn't be a man and just be like, this isn't working. He kept leading her on. She thought one thing, he thought another thing. She was wearing her engagement ring still when he walked out, and he was just like, yeah, we're done. So he was saying one thing to camera and one thing to her, like a little bitch. And then he started dating someone else in July. She came out yesterday and said he was cheating on her the entire time. And then when she came out again and said, after coming out, someone else has DM'd me saying that saying that they were dating him. And then he broke up with that girl in January. I mean, sorry, at the end of December 2025, they broke up. And now it's February, or I guess not March, but in February it came out that he's engaged and has a baby on the way. So did you meet someone in January, or were you cheating on her with someone else the entire time?
has to be the latter.
Also, his ex-girlfriend from before came out and said that he explicitly said that he didn't like black women. Another ex came out and said that he was going to use the show for socials, which I'm like, he didn't speak. So I'm not sure how that's going for
Certainly
him.
didn't represent himself well. He's a two-timer.
I'm not saying all of it's true, because
Sure.
obviously it's all alleged. This is different stories from different women. But generally where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm just like, you're not a good person, bro.
No. Also, I think something we need to throw into the mix here. He basically used his grandfather's death to like excuse his behavior. So that's like pretty fucked up thing to do.
Also, instead of actually ending it, he will say things like, I just need space and to clear my head.
I know, which is just just be a man. Just be like, this is over.
Yes.
But I mean,
I just feel like Alex would have no problem saying no at the altar. Like, I think he was going to say no.
I wish that he had
has
spoken
no
at the
problem-
altar. I wish I had more fuel for my Alex fire, because
Yeah.
I love to hate Alex.
He has no problem saying when he doesn't like something. Like he
True.
told Ashley multiple times. I'm not saying it's right, but like at least he is able to communicate at some level, whether half of it is lies or not. Devontae does not communicate at all and is lying.
Yeah. Devontae, I'm just like, what was he even thinking? And he he also kind of looked pained the way that Mike did, but for different reasons. Like it seems like he kind of hated Brittany. Obviously wasn't
Yeah,
attracted.
for no reason.
Also wasn't
Also, him
attracted to
being like,
her.
she's basically like my shadow. Fuck
I
off.
know. I know.
I will say it is shocking that all these women have come out because I'm like, all of you guys are choosing Devontae?
I know. Like what's so good about him? I've no data that anything is good about him actually. He sucks. I,
Yeah, so
I'm just also like worried about Brittany. I'm just like, what about this guy had you holding on or thinking that it was even like worth your time? It was upsetting.
she
We were
really wants to get
so
married.
high on her at the beginning, and it's just been
Yeah.
downward ever since.
I think she just really wants to get married and can't see straight.
I guess she might have
Like
sciatica.
even she was like, my family flew in. They know how badly I want to get married. She bought a wedding dress before she came on the show.
I know.
Brittany wanted to get married.
What show should she go on? Maybe Perfect Match. Might find some people who also just like I want to get married too. Should we get her on Love
Perfect match. They
Island?
get married on that?
No, but they like but
No, I'm
A
thinking more like 90 Day Fiance.
AD and Ollie met on Perfect
Married
Match.
at first sight.
Yeah, let's get her on Married at First Sight. It's a good idea. Maths.
Yeah.
I mean, buying the wedding dress before you have a boyfriend, I can't support that. It's like really a very, very poor decision. Also, wedding dresses aren't cheap. Even if you get a cheap one, like any dollar
Well, I
amount
also just
spent
can't
on it.
imagine like going and trying on wedding dresses and then people being like, when's your wedding? Who are you getting married to? And just being like, I don't know.
That's such a sad idea. Some women just like
Yeah.
really care about their wedding though. It's never been a dream that I've had, but some women are like, I've thought about this my whole life and whatever.
I wouldn't say it was a dream of mine. Um, but I mean, definitely wasn't a dream of mine. But once I was engaged, I was very excited about the wedding. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah. Did it live up to the hype? Was it fun?
Yeah, like probably. I mean, probably like the most fun I've had in my life.
That's awesome.
I think
Most fun
like
I've
the
ever
most
had in
fun
my
night.
life was at the Mexico City Grand Prix. So two different
Really?
experiences. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, it was so much fun. I went in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, could you name like your top 3 like most fun days or nights ever?
I have a handful in my head, but I like rank things. So yes,
Yeah.
I can. Yes.
I have a handful in my head, and I don't know if I rank things, but maybe I do. I'm pretty competitive, but I do have a handful in my head.
Like when I was the first year I lived in California, I was like 23. There was like a heat wave in like January or February, and I went to this beach in Northern Cal in Stinson Beach, which is in the Bay Area. It's like Marin County, and it was like I had never experienced anything like it before because I'd never lived in California, and it was like one of the best days of my life. I was like, this is so much fun. I had like a cool
Yeah.
friend group. Like I still think about it like really, really fondly. I love the beach. It's so beautiful up there. If you have the opportunity to go to Stinson Beach, I recommend it in any weather, any day of the year. So like that's one. And then like I have one wedding that I attended, a destination wedding that was like extremely fun. The whole trip was awesome. Um there
I
was
just had one of those. Top wedding for sure in
the one in
Colombia.
Colombia. We all know about it because you
Mhm.
podcasted from there.
Yeah.
I have a few
I
more. A few parties I went to in like my 20s that were just like extremely fun. That's my list.
Yeah. Mine are similar, like a wedding. Definitely like some more like crazier. Like I remember once just being like out of my mind at a club in
Mm.
Miami
Mm.
and I somehow started battling someone in the robot and there was like a circle around us, but that night was so fun. I also can't do the robot,
Oh,
so not
okay.
sure what it looked like from the outside.
This is great.
But on the inside, I was having the time of my life.
That's great. Any final thoughts on Love is Blind Ohio season 10?
What would you rank it? Or like what would you rate it? A to F overall?
I'm going to give it a B.
I'll give it C plus.
Wow. That's tough. There are some highs and some
There's
lows.
just like there wasn't a lot of people that I wanted to cheer for. You know what I
The
mean?
problem is that the couple that we love the most, like, we love them for being normal. So, like, they didn't deliver great television. So
Yeah.
so there's that. I think the next season is Boston. I heard that's in the can. They filmed it, like, last summer. So that will be interesting. I'm, like, some masshole energy.
That's big personalities
Yeah,
there.
masshole energy on Love is Blind. Like, I'm very intrigued about that. And I don't think they've done they haven't done a Northeast season. I don't think they've done, like, an East Coast season since Charlotte. That was a really good one. So I'm
That was
curious.
a great one, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. Haven't
Charlotte,
seen any of them around.
Jimmy and Chelsea are, like, pretending to be together for TikTok, basically. And he's had a real transformation.
I think they are actual friends though.
Yeah, he's had a real transformation, like hair transplant.
Yeah, hair
New
transplant. Looked
teeth.
great.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. All right, let's move on to our one true love, Survivor 50, episode 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Rob.
That's our second true love. I think Survivors are a deeper love for us than Rob. It's longer lasting.
Sure.
We come to it on equal terms. I feel like the Rob thing's a little lopsided. You're more pro than me, even though I'm obviously very pro. Cerie survives again.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too.
I'm loving
We got to talk
it.
about Christian. We got to talk about how the episode began with a man pooping his pants and having to go to the ocean.
I love Christian. There's just a lot of people I like on the show, which I think makes it better.
This is the thing about Christian. I'm not really into like poop jokes or poop conversation. Christian was so funny about it and the way that he discussed it and owned it, and him being like, my wife is going to divorce me, was so good that I'm happy it happened. Like, thank you, Christian.
Well, I also
Sorry
like
for your
that he was like,
gastrointestinal distress.
I need to let everybody know so that you don't come near. Okay?
Yeah, and like the way they were talking about it was so funny. I just loved it. Thank you, Christian. I think it's gonna go down as like one of the most like memorable moments in Survivor history, because it's the kind of thing you hear about from the contestants like after the show, but
we never see it.
Never. And so the fact that they like sort of let you in on it, I bet it's because Kristen talked about it in such a funny way. They're like, well, we can include this.
He's funny.
He's
so
funny.
Quirky.
And like right now, I would say Christian and Rick Devens are carrying the show, and I don't see that changing because of what they pulled at the end of the episode.
Yeah. And next episode says drop your buff. Drop your buff. So things are really gonna get mixy.
Yeah.
I have horrible news for you. People think Coach wins.
Oh no.
But
what?
I mean,
Coach?
it's just people. So
why
like,
what's the evidence based on the edit he's getting so far?
No, I guess people say that his social media, he's like just got a new level of swag, and everyone's like, only people that win have that swag.
That's really that's taking me down a notch.
Very little evidence, but just want to let you know that people are saying it.
I want to go with Genevieve as my potential winner. I think she's getting some interesting screen time.
Interesting. I want Christian to win.
I certainly don't want Coach to win. I think for me, it's an ABC. Anybody but Coach.
Well, I mean, honestly, in a dream world, in an absolute dream world, Q wins, but that's just impossible. So I don't think that happens. But like, I think I would cry if he won.
When Q was explaining his alliance this week and like his role in it, I was thinking of you, and I was just like, this is what we live for. This is why we play. For Q.
I was thinking of you when he called Angelina a statue. He was like, when I say lazy, I mean, that woman is a statue. She does not do anything.
I would be willing to be mansplained if the only man who was ever mansplaining to me was Q. When Q explains things or tells you what's up, it's so captivating and funny.
It really is. It is so funny. And when he said that about Angelina, I was just like, God, please keep this guy on the show for at least like 5 more weeks. Give me 5 more with Q.
The other thing that was amazing was that when Ozzy and Coach were like facing off at the beginning, Q said nothing. There was an impartial person there. There was a third person who could like weigh in and set the record straight. No
Nope.
interest. No, he's not getting involved in that. And I was just like, the natural thing would be for Q to like weigh in, be like, here's what's up. I guess it's smart strategy that he's not doing that.
Yes.
But
He is thinking a lot more than he did last season. Because last season, he would have yelled at all those people for not doing anything. He absolutely would have.
Definitely. He definitely would have. Yes, he would have like flipped out.
But
I
I
feel
also
like
am thankful that the editors know that we want it. Like, they're like, we got to put this clip of Q in this week.
I also have to say he looks really good in purple. So like when he's on screen, I'm just like, this is a delight. It's all working for me.
It is working for him. I just love him.
I do too.
I really, really love him.
I think he seems fun.
And yeah, he seems great. He's good in challenges. I love Q.
I do too.
And that tribe has a lot of characters.
It's really funny. It's really funny. Can we go back to Coach for a second? You're telling me the man who had to be rescued from the swimmer for cramps in his legs is the odds-on favorite to win?
I don't know. That's what people are saying. Also, Mike White's reaction to him having to be saved was really funny too. I am enjoying Mike White.
Mike White is like sneaky MVP so far. I don't give a fuck. Mike White is really very, very fun. He's just
really
like
good.
He's just talking and he's got nothing to lose. I think it's gonna take him really far because like
he's making faces at the camera.
Yeah.
Like when he came back to the beach, Mike was like, "Get a load of this guy."
Mike's kind of on vacation. Making White Lotus must be so stressful for him that he's like, this is fun. This is all good.
This is great.
Now everyone can see
I
my
will
six
say
pack.
that I do think it's a disadvantage for Savannah and Rizzo. They seem dead.
Yeah.
Like they've got to be exhausted.
She did pretty well in the
2
challenges,
weeks.
though. She did well in the challenges.
I mean, she's good. She's good at challenges.
Yeah.
But I just felt like their energy was definitely lower this episode than last season. And I feel like Rizzo's just like, I just got to take it slow here.
Well,
because they both went all the way to the end last season.
He's claiming he's like modulating his personality. He's like, I've taken in the feedback and I came in too hot. So I'm calmer, but like, okay. Savannah, when she got voted out and she cried, to me, that's like tears of just like Survivor wearing you down. Like she's been out there for so long, had no contact with society.
What I mean.
Yeah, she's worn out. It definitely is a disadvantage. That said, I'm really glad she's gone. I was surprised.
Me too. She was number one person I wanted off the island.
Yeah, I was surprised that she's gone. Okay,
I would have been happy with Joe too, but
me too. This is not the Joe that you know what I realized. Joe was successful on his last season because he barely spoke. We're getting too much Joe.
Well, I do find it so interesting that tribe's dynamic. Well, unfortunately, it's going to get broken up, but that tribe's dynamic is a bunch of gamers.
Yeah,
and Joe, and they're like,
and Ozzy. I don't know that Ozzy's not.
Well,
a gamer.
Ozzy doesn't know what's happening.
No,
Ozzy doesn't know what's happening.
Ozzy is the Maura of Traitors.
But Joe, not only being like, I play by this code of rules, but everyone has to, and they're all like, we're all liars. That's how do you think we won? We're not.
Christian is pooping his pants and faking collapsing.
Yeah.
So
that was so good. When he fell, I was like, that's how you're distracting them. And then he walked the wrong way. I was like, is he still in character?
Suri was like, let me walk in front of you. She was like, I got you, man.
This season is just really, really good.
I'm grateful to Devins and Christian. Like, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great. I can't wait to see how that plays out. Especially because if they're going to be broken up, like my theory about the tribal shakeup next week, they got to break up this tribe. Sela. First of all, they can't lose Devins, Christian, Suri, or Ozzy. Like we need them on the show, so they got to break up that tribe because they're obviously losing. It'll be so great.
I even liked Emily this week.
Yeah, she was fine.
When her and Suri were on the hammock.
Yeah.
And she was like, he wants this person. He wants this person. I want Ozzy. She's like, so it's up to you. Who are we voting off? And Suri was like, Savannah. And she was like, sold. Let's get Savannah out.
You know what I would like? if Q was reading like a script of the things that Emily says. Because I find Emily so irritating the way she speaks. But if Q said it, I think I would like it. So like
You would love it.
yeah, maybe AI can
There's
do
not
that for
much
me.
Q could say that would make me upset. Wait, also someone DM'd me and told me that after the show, it came out that people that Q picked for the reward
Mhm.
said that they would give it up to whatever the fuck the crazy lady's name is. And Q
Liz.
said no.
Yeah, he didn't want to be with her. Oh, I'm
I know, but
pissed.
we only saw him be like, I'm not picking you. I don't care what you say. But people came out after the show and said they tried to be like, you can have mine. And Q was like, no, if you give it up, I'm picking someone else. Why wouldn't they have showed that?
That's one of
That
my
would have
greatest
been
moments.
incredible.
It's so funny.
I wish we could have seen it.
We got to get Q in a room with us. Wait,
Please.
I wanted. What were we talking about? That? Oh yeah. So if Christian and Devon's end up on different tribes, like that's gonna be awesome because they're gonna have this secret, and they can like use it to their advantage. I love it.
Whenever they want.
I also love the I'm embarrassed to say it. The Billie Eilish boomerang idol.
Oh, it's a great idol.
It's a great idol. The Billie Eilish piece of it is super strange. And like, who paid who? Like, did Billie Eilish ask for this or did they pay her to be able to like use her name?
No. I think she asked for it.
I guess. I mean, Billie Eilish.
If you're a hardcore fan,
come on the pod.
You would do it.
But like,
yeah, please.
Yeah, I love Billie Eilish. She's awesome. But wait, what I wanted to add is that, or sorry, I wanted to ask you. Would you try to give the idol to someone that you could build an alliance with, or would you try to give it to someone who you thought was going to be voted out so it would come back to you?
I would give it to someone who I think is going to get voted out.
Because basically
the problem is
everyone's done it to build an alliance.
I was going to say the problem is we have so much more information than they have. So like, I would pick someone, I would be able to pick someone who I think is going to get voted out much better than they do. They don't have what's going on in other people's camps. So I guess like if I'm in their situation, I probably don't have enough information to choose someone. Yeah. So you have to choose someone you think you're going to build an alliance with. I
appreciated the editing reveal of like at the beginning, Genevieve being like, I think that Aubrey has an idol. And then like, 20 minutes later, finding out that it was true. I really liked that. Yeah. I love Genevieve.
She's smart.
Yeah, she's super smart.
Even smart enough to be like, if I got one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Other people probably got one.
Exactly. She's great. That will probably get her voted out. She's sort of like too smart. I hope she's keeping it under wraps.
But yeah. But the dynamic with Joe, with this cast of characters doesn't work. Because you literally got put on a team with people who have gone far because of their lying, not because of their strength.
Totally. And like there's no one there for him to be like a father figure for, like his sort of paternalistic tendencies aren't needed this season. And it was really sweet how it worked with Eva.
Well, it doesn't seem like anyone wants paternal or maternal because they're ready to send Chrissy going home.
Oh my God, big time. I sort of wanted her to go home. I was just like, she's not doing much for me. I feel like giving it to Aubrey.
I mean, there's people we haven't seen. Tiffany, are you on the island?
I know. I need Tiff to weigh in on Q. Can we get them reunited? I loved their dynamic. It was so funny.
Hopefully they end up on the same team.
Tiffany, we haven't heard from.
Also, Camilla's getting some screen time too.
Yeah, it's really interesting how much people love Kyle. Like people are shattered by Kyle being gone. No pun intended on his shattered Achilles. Yeah, I know. I liked him a lot too. I'm just like. I feel like people feel about Kyle the way that we feel about Caleb. Like Caleb is our Kyle.
Yeah. Where's Caleb?
I don't know. Bring him back.
He should have been on 50.
It's just a great show. Let's talk about Rob. So he's been doing some press. First of all, Eric released a music video that features Rob, Maura, Jam Jam, and Ron, right? Ron's in it too, I think.
And Natalie.
And Natalie, right. That's a great crew.
Cast.
Yeah. Good picks. Yeah. Good picks all around.
Great cast of characters.
Rob has a MAC Cosmetics collab with Sephora.
Mm-hmm.
Rob.
A kind collab. He bought Maura. DoorDash collab.
He bought Maura a Birkin and filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting some heat for thinking Rob doesn't want to be famous. Do you have any revision on your stance that Rob does not want to be famous?
No, I don't think he does.
Nor do I. I just think he's making the money right now that he can.
He literally, in his GQ article, they ask him about it, and he says that like it's not like it doesn't make him feel great, like everything that comes with being on reality TV, which is kind of why he said on Fallon when Jimmy asked him like, would you go on another show, he was like, I don't really want to, but I don't want to say no because it could happen if it's the right situation, but like it's not really what I want to do. And then Jimmy asked him like, what about Survivor? And he was like, oh, I do love Survivor.
He'd be awesome.
And I was
Survivor.
like, please,
he'd be awesome.
Please give me what I want. But he says in his GQ article, like, emotionally, it's not good for him. But he understands that like he's got to like make it work because financially it makes sense.
Cash out
and
now.
He's like, there are times. Yeah, he's like, there are times where I want to be like, I cannot do this anymore. And he's like, and I have to like talk to myself and be like, it makes sense for you to just like buy back in for a little bit. So I think he is doing it because it makes sense for him and makes sense for most people, but I don't think he likes it. Also, he gives very little. He was on Fallon. He was on Watch What Happens Live. He was on the Today Show. And
we know like nothing, no new information about him.
No, he gives like one word answers. Like he asked Andy, or Andy asked him a question. Oh, Andy asked, how would you describe your Love Island experience? And Rob was like, how would I describe my Love Island experience in one word? And then like went like this. And Andy was like, I didn't say one word. You said one word. I would love for you to give me a paragraph. And Rob goes, it was all right. And Andy was like, all right, that's all I'm getting. Like
that's really tough. Yeah, if you're Andy, that's a real tough situation.
If you watch the interviews, it's hard for the interviewer. Like he does not give a ton. And then when he gives you a little, it's like fucking lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I know.
So then the host is just like, that was awesome because it gives you that one viral moment or one clip that everyone's hanging on to.
Right.
Absolutely love what he said about Ice.
I know.
Absolutely love him actually following through and getting Maura a Birkin. And when he opened the Birkin, he didn't even know that purses come in dust bags. And I'm just like, he just like really is who he is.
Is it normal to have to wear gloves to touch a Birkin?
When you're in Hermes, they don't touch the Birkin. They put gloves on to take out your bag.
I see.
Because you're supposed to be the first person to touch it.
I see.
The owner. Like, I don't wear gloves.
I love it when your expertise comes into
the
play.
Sales associate. But the sales associate wears gloves.
I see. Cool.
You do wear gloves if it's like a white one. Like I would put on gloves for a white one, or if it's like an exotic, I would wear gloves if I'm not 100% buying it. But yeah.
Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Rob is 5 out of 5 stars. Hate to break it to you guys.
I too am not revising my stance on Rob. I'm just like this. He's gonna go away soon. Like he's gonna milk this, and then he'll be gone until the next day.
Exactly what happened last time.
Yeah, and I do wish him the best. I do think Survivor is a great next move for him.
Please.
Also, like, can you imagine him just like being able to catch animals with his hands so they can like eat? That would definitely happen, and it would be awesome.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Did you like his preview for his Audible erotica?
Yeah, of course. Erotica doesn't quite get it for me, but I'm like, yeah, this is fun.
I did not expect him to do that, but
he loves
would not
books.
have said.
He's a bookstore guy.
He does, and met his girlfriend in a bookstore.
Yeah. He was buying a travel book.
Which did you see his little? Well, he didn't do it. So one of his friends posted how him, Aaron, and one of their mutual friends went all around. I want to say Taiwan.
Yeah.
Or Thailand.
I think it was Thailand.
On Thailand on little bikes.
Yes.
Across the country.
It's great.
And I'm just like, yeah, like this is Rob.
Right. And I feel like also he has seen what has happened to Aaron and is like also one of the reasons why he's wary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say before that? Oh, the erotica.
I
guess I didn't know how great his voice was.
Oh. Yeah.
And then that, I was like, oh,
Well, the man can do accents
yeah.
because he goes in between
Si-
like generic
Sign me up.
generic American, Southern American. Like he does a I've underestimated him. He's obviously a very intelligent fellow and like can do a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the world underestimates him, and that's why this is such a revelation. But oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. Would you say Rob
What?
is a greater testament to God or science? Like, is this like an incredible evolution of genetics, or is this a divine act from a wonderful God who graced the earth with Rob?
Genetics, because his brother is incredibly good looking and his dad is incredibly good
His dad
looking.
is hot, yeah.
So it was bound to happen.
Thanks for taking my question seriously. I was sitting on it for a long time.
Maybe a little bit of both, because God gave him something, maybe. Gave him that extra.
The extra charm.
He
Yeah,
has that
his brother is not on
factor.
TV, so there's that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're living in we're blessed to know about Rob. That's
And
all.
Q.
And Q. We've got for all the shitty men on Love Is Blind, we got some great ones on Survivor. And Rob, which is really true.
There we go.
And Traitors. They do a much better job.
Yeah.
Next Thursday, Monday, we'll see where we're at. Thursday, we will be discussing Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because it's coming out next week. Slow-mo, it's back in the run-up to the Taylor
Can't
Franklin
wait.
fall season. I'm excited too. The gals seem to be happy to be back. And I guess you didn't watch Stranger Things, so maybe you don't care, but Whitney Levitt went to Millie Bobby Brown's birthday party, and I find that very funny.
You told us that, but it's so weird.
So weird. Thanks to our producer, Olivia Crerie. Have a great weekend, everybody.